Gym class was awful. Don't get me wrong, being active is great and all, but PE class was just an awful experience, for me at least. I was never that athletic as a kid, and I was pretty bad at every sport, which made PE even more miserable. So today, I'm gonna share my thoughts and experiences on gym class. I'm gonna start off by saying the locker rooms were absolutely disgusting, and you can't debate me on that. Somehow it's the hottest room in the whole school, and there's a foul smell that encompasses the entire room. I'm pretty sure it's because nobody washes their gym uniform, and it's just been sitting there for weeks or even months. Or maybe it's the literal bagels I found in empty lockers. Before high school, gym class was a whole period of either playing class games or sports. We would start with warm-ups, doing things like jumping jacks and high knees, and there would be that one kid that wouldn't do them when the teacher wasn't watching. I mean, I respect it. He never got caught.
Nice.
But now that I think about it, the teacher probably just didn't care. When we were done, it was game time. Most of this was in elementary school, where we would play with these. Somehow, nearly all of them were half deflated, and it hurt so bad when some kid would throw them at top speed right in another person's face. I couldn't catch them for the life of me, and I flinched every time, so I got out immediately. But that was a good thing. I just sat back, relaxed, and watched the rest of the game in peace. But that's not the case for the tag games. I guess actually tagging people could be dangerous, so they gave us pool noodles to hit people with. The worst game I ever played was called Dead Bug. This might be a niche game, so let me explain the rules in simple terms. Basically, a few kids would be given a pool noodle and be the exterminators, aka the taggers. The rest of the people are the bugs, who try not to get tagged. If you do get tagged, you have to lay on the floor and put your arms and legs in the air to act dead. The only way you can get saved is if people dragged you to a hula hoop, which were placed in the corners of the gym.
Wow, that sounds so fun.
Yeah, say that when a kid is chasing you manically swinging a pool noodle at you and proceed to be dragged like a corpse across the dirty floor. When I got out, I begged no one would revive me because of one memory that's etched into my mind forever. A girl found me lying down and tried to drag me, and she struggled. I'm talking out of breath struggled. So much that she had to ask another person to help her. Staring at the ceiling while two people dragged me across the gym floor made me want to disappear. I felt so insecure about it. I would 100% rather play games using the colorful scooters, even though lying on them stomach first was so uncomfortable. What's worse is when other students grabbed your ankles to steer you around, it all felt so awkward. There was this one game I hated in particular. Well, I hated all of them. But anyway, I think it was called Hungry Hungry Hippos. You have to try to collect as many items as possible with a basket. I got at max 2 items and fell off 5 times. The rest of the games was half the class going against the other half. Any team games meant these came out of the storage room. The jerseys smelled so bad, I'm talking 10 times as strong as the locker room stench. There's no way gym teachers actually wash them on a regular basis. Yeah, we wash these every day. It was my biggest motivation to take a shower when I got home. It was celebration worthy when your team didn't have to wear the jerseys. Okay, now I have to talk about fitness testing, the day I dreaded the most. The sound
The Fitness Gram Pacer test
still traumatizes me to this day. And the sound. The pacer test was just a day to show off your athletic abilities, which I lacked. I was just average. I usually got out around 35 to 40 laps, and I was so out of breath it hurt. I didn't get how some kids got 100 or over. It would always turn into a race between the last people standing like it was the Olympics. This one kid got to 106 laps, and he looked like he was gonna pass out any minute. He ended up going to the nurse. But you know, he was cool because he got the highest score. I struggled the most with push-ups. My school bought rep trackers, and it was the cheapest ones imaginable. It wouldn't track some of the reps, and some kids would get like 10, then secretly spam the button with their hand. No one wanted to get a low score because when you repeated your score to the teacher, everyone would hear it. All I wanted was to knock it out first. I'm so glad that fitness testing never tested sports abilities because I can't play sports for the life of me. So I never looked forward to when the sports unit came around. My team would be dead last, but I didn't really care because the teams at the top were so competitive it was scary. Anytime I've played at higher ranks, I've been smacked in the face with a volleyball, whacked in the shins with hockey sticks, and gotten burns on my knees from being pushed across the wax floor. Now I gotta talk about high school gym class. High school PE is a drastically different vibe compared to elementary and middle school, and there's more people who don't try at all. Usually I just lifted or walked the whole period, but there would be 2 weeks a year where everyone was required to swim. The only way you can get out of swimming is if you had a doctor's or parent's note and a reasonable reason not to participate. The first day was in the middle of winter and the pool was ice cold, and I was fully expecting 18 or 19 out of the 20 students to be in the pool area. There was a total of 8 out of 20 people. I wonder what all the different excuses were, and how did the gym teacher not care that over half the class wasn't swimming? I I was so jealous of them because my teeth were actually chattering. And on the last day of my school's pool unit, they finally turned on the heater. Looking back, I can't really complain after hearing about one class that had to go outside while it was snowing because the fire alarm went off. Okay, well that's gonna do it for my gym class experiences. Comment below your own experiences and memories of PE class, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.